Everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world, and welcome back to yet another post-match reaction to, of course, Liverpool Football Club drawing by I was going to say by 1 goal to 1. Then no, it wasn't. It was 0-0 in the end after
I wish we
what
had that much action, lad. Great.
I was about to say after what was a very dull. I think probably the dullest 0-0 out of the four that has happened over the last season and a half. Anyway, but still, of course, not the greatest result for Liverpool tonight. And again, I think obviously huge question marks around the team, and of course, just in terms of European football as well, I think huge question marks over that as well. But as you can see, I am joined by, of course, Jack from the Anfield Road TV. Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on, change me round, lad. Hang on. This is
What?
weird. My OCD. It's your channel, lad. Put me to the right, lad. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. We'll fix Jack's OCD at one stage anyway. But
So I had a full blown meltdown in my live stream. So ends up talking about chocolates, which was great with chat anyway.
to be fair, that was probably a bit more interesting than the footy. To be fair. But well, first of all, how are you? And second of all, what a shite game that was.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, mate. As I said, I needed someone to have a natter with, and obviously with chat, I'll do my post match reaction show tomorrow, at a more better time. Anyway, get you on tomorrow, mate, when you're free. But yeah, it was, and you introduced it as probably one of the worst draws we've had, or in the games. I think it's one of the luckiest, mate. In all honesty, that we've had. Like, you think about it, like 20, 30 minutes into that game, we should have well and truly been about 3-4-0 down. Yeah, and I understand obviously what Klopp was saying, and he's trying to build a foundation of confidence, and the only way by doing that is getting horrible results like this over the line. We'll probably go into it, mate, but I think the only positives really, yet again, out of this season, out of these games, is Alisson. I think statistically he got rated as our best player tonight on a 7.5, Gomez on a 7.1, and a Nunes a 7.2, and then the rest were, quite frankly, very disappointing again.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think to add on that a little bit as well, I think possibly even Curtis Jones as well was not. He wasn't great, but I think out of the
Yeah,
he was the best.
Yeah, I said at the top. I said at the top of the show, the thing is, the narrative. Me and you've been doing YouTube long enough, and all of us, he will be the catalyst for Liverpool's disappointing results tonight. It is. Oh, it used to be Henderson, used to be other players, Gino Ronaldo, people would have a dig at, and of course, I know a lot of people don't like Curtis Jones and understand their opinion on them really, but I think he done well, as he said there, mate. I think he had a couple of opportunities, could have slid in a ball a bit more earlier, really. But I think even if Jones put about 3 chances on a plate for our attackers, like we've seen this season, I don't think he would have scored them anyway.
No, yeah, absolutely. As well, obviously, I've got some words to get off my chest as well about Diogo Jota and passing. Again, it's not just him though. I think there was like 1 or 2 opportunities today to get Darwin Nunes in behind. And I seen something on Twitter where someone said Liverpool should be using Darwin more like Haaland, like in and behind. He's the one to finish his chances at the moment. I think that's the right thing. Like again, I understand when Gakpo's on the pitch, we like to have Darwin and Mo running in behind. But I think against this system at the moment and the teams that we're coming up against, I just shove them in the middle. Like that's the most frustrating part about it. All the chances that we've had, even tonight, the big majority of the chances for Liverpool came through Darwin Nunes yet again, and it's always forcing it down that left-hand side. Put him centre. Like I'm just sick and tired.
He was battling about 5, wasn't he? Like he was going on. Like look, as he said, he's battling, he's trying his best, and eventually he's gonna get bloody tired. A bit like Alisson tonight again, single-handedly bloody being the defensive line. But I'd agree there, mate. I think forcing him central it creates a lot more opportunities. I understand trying to play Jota, like obviously Jota played right wing, didn't he? It was weird,
It was like right wing centre
centre
ish.
forward ish.
Yeah.
It was, I didn't quite understand, unless you're going to be playing like Jota and Nunes up front with Bobby in behind and say in a false nine position and play both of them in the striking roles or centre forward roles as well. But yeah, it was very disjointed, very. But I suppose that's going to happen, as Jürgen said in the presser. 6 changes. That team played like it was had 6 changes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do agree with you as well. But chat, let us know your guys' thoughts as well in the comments as well. If you could please, like we said, please hit the like button, please hit that subscribe button as well, and please head over to Anfield Road TV as well. If there are any mods, please put Jack's link in the comments down below, or Jack can do it as well. But at least we know that's how we play in training, as this was exactly the same as the first team as well. Yeah, but again, it's like Jurgen said, didn't expect a a marquee performance from 6 changes in that regards, which again is understandable in that regard. Dicing Talia, Orbin, and Jack as a shite fest. Bobby was piss poor tonight as well. Yeah, I would agree. I think him, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, usual suspects yet again for Liverpool. Even when Mo come on the pitch, I felt like Mo didn't offer anything when he come on the pitch.
He just couldn't be asked.
Yeah.
And I can't really blame him. I don't think anyone can.
I can't complain for him anyway. But again, it's like, as Douglas said, Alisson, Canate were our best players. Canate, yeah, I think defensively. I think Joe Gomez as well. Like, I've been very critical of Joe Gomez this season. I think a right back.
Matip had a couple of occasions as well on the counter. I think there was a couple of occasions when he had a toe away. I think he was last man on like the potential counter attacks. But even still, we're asking Matip to come in when he's been out the cold in reality, and he for large majority of this season. But it's disappointing.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, I thought Jones did all right and should not have come off. And I just found out Carvalho was on the bench. How can he not come on if that is true? Again, that's the wonderful story of we haven't got a friggin' Scooby-Doo. What is happening with Fabio Carvalho at the moment? I've said it on previous videos. For me, it awfully feels like what Jurgen did with Kostas Tsimikas, where we didn't see him for months and months, and then of course last season was used more often. But it does feel like there is something else towards the Carvalho situation, because he isn't coming on at all in any of the games at the moment. I don't expect him to have an appearance again this season, unless obviously injuries become a factor as well. But Jordan, maybe another video, lads. We might do a bunch of people as well. But thank you for asking anyway. Darwin on the left is bloody wasted. I agree. The false nine doesn't work anymore. I agree. Alisson and Canati were our best players, 1,000%. Fabinho has to go now. He needs to go go in Spain and Italy to play centre back, because he's now crap. No, I think crap in midfield. Crap in midfield. Sorry.
Good one.
Well, yeah, we talk about midfielders. I think obviously Fabinho, big question mark around him. What happens with him in the summer? I think plenty of people have their thoughts in the comments.
Did you watch this, Con? I'll ask you in chat. Let us know. Did you watch the Hendo interview after the game?
No.
No, but you probably watch it after tonight. But anyone that did watch it, it was it just goes to show the sheer lack of confidence. Like, Henderson, we've known Henderson, especially in the Liverpool career, he's a fighter. And that was probably the only time I've actually seen him be so defeated. Like, and I get there's no time for sentiment really for the players and all that, but and especially none of us have been professional footballers, but it's like, of course, there's no rest. In all honesty, there's still a long way to go. We want to get top 4 and all that, but he just looks so defeated already. and the season's not even done. I do feel sorry for him, and of course people will go in, and we've already spoken about Endo's performance tonight, but it's just not just Endo. I think for me, not making excuses, but the main reason, as we all know, it's the football club that have massively let, first and foremost, us, the fan, in terms of the owners, they've let us fans down, first and foremost as well. They've let Jurgen Klopp down, and they've let down the players that actually care and love this football club. They needed help tonight, mate. Well, they've needed help this season. But sorry to harp back on about the owners, but it stems to them, and it always has been the case. Like
it's the fact we didn't rebuild when it back 2 summers ago. Like I think all of us said pretty much. I think even going back, even when Wijnaldum was first of all been spoken about with the contract scenario, and okay, we got Thiago in. Don't get me wrong, but that I think back then even we were saying that's not enough for Liverpool. It needs to be a load more in that regards. But again, it's season upon season, and again, obviously the latest news is the fact that of course Liverpool are supposedly meant to be given, the owners are supposed to be finally woken up from the, from.
Go on, Connor. Say it.
No,
chat. Say
no.
it. Say the word. Go on, chat. We all say it at like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
All on 5 say, war chest. Go on. War chest.
I'm not saying war chest.
I'd love to do that in press conference. Jürgen, is it a war chest?
Yeah, bloody war chest, exactly. But no, like supposedly there's meant to be a financial backing. There we go. I get around that word. But again, we've heard it all before over the last couple of seasons. But again, I think more so on the pitch. I think this season, I'll quickly get the league table up now. Obviously, I think Brighton winning again tonight against Bournemouth.
Big results. Yeah, 2-0. Villa as well. Villa are a point behind us, lad. We've played one game more than us, but just goes to show the job Emre's doing. We'll see how.
Yeah. Well, I'll quickly get the table up now for you guys as well. But it's still not good. Just looking at it, it's a bit abysmal. Get that because again, it's the fact that Liverpool tonight. I think actually not even tonight. I think back probably even before the City game, we were like, if we can get 6 points out of 9, then we're in a good position going into the next few games.
Yeah.
But again, like this whole time has been just woeful in terms of.
Yeah. I'm sharing the stream as well to my channel, so obviously get more people in as well, so that'd be good.
There we go. Right, so there's the league table at the moment, but yeah, well, Villa are above us.
Are they now? Oh bloody hell, that's updated.
They're 7th now in the table. They're a point ahead of us with the game in hand on us, so you can tell this season's good, can't you, chat? As well. But yeah, Liverpool 43 points and Aston Villa now on 44 points, which absolutely fantastic, chat, isn't it? But again, still only 7 points off top 4. Is it still possible, Jack, for Liverpool to get top 4?
Yeah, and if that happens, we're all putting on the bloody Euro millions. Because never say never, and the one club in the Premier League and in Wales that does defy expectations, that does the unthinkable, and it is always possible until it's mathematically impossible. Because I'd hate it. As I said, so just speaking about Henderson, it's all right to us fans doing that, but if we're coming off with the mentality, I'll tell you what, everyone going into Anfield, the last home games, it will be making it a cauldron atmosphere as always. It's just been our away form has been absolutely abysmal, and our home form is absolutely tremendous, and it's going to be one of the most the difficult game. We've got our mate Cam, he's a massive Arsenal fan that we speak to, and I've just said to him, we're going to get absolutely 10-0'd by yous if we play like we did tonight, because we literally will. I'm still believing, mate, and people might call me deluded and that I deserve a chat, but yeah, until it's mathematically impossible, I think we all want to continue to back these lads. I know they disappointed us, but what we've got to do in times of adversity as a football club, as in the fan base, we just quite frankly got to get behind our lads and support them through thick and thin. Like, because we've all been on this amazing journey for the best part of the last 4 or 5 years with this manager, with these sets of players. They deserve, not that we like it as football fans, I don't think any fan likes it, but these lads have took us on such a magical journey. And of course, and I'm pretty sure, I believe in the majority of certain players, we all know the ones that we can, and of course the manager. But stuff has hit the fan this week. They had a crisis meeting, wasn't it, Connor, after the City game?
Yeah, on Sunday.
So, yeah, we know. For me, mate, the way I'd look at that, if I was Jürgen and the senior players that actually are going to be staying at the club, there's been massive arguments. There has to have been in-house fighting. But
no, yeah, I absolutely agree. Sorry, I'm just taking a look at the the away form.
Oh no, I don't like that little laugh lot. Whatever you just see, though,
So,
like our away form is
I
shocking.
was just taking a look at the home for of course Sunday. Of course, Liverpool have got the third best home record in the league. The only difference is Arsenal have the best away records. So it should be absolutely magical, shouldn't it? And I think they are. Let me double check. That's 3, 4. They're 7 points above Man City in terms of away form. So that should be absolutely wonderful on Sunday. We are.
If it means Arsenal winning the league, we score 5 own goals in the first 5 minutes. Up to that. Yeah. Sod the Manx.
Can we forfeit? Can we get like what is it? Is it like 5 red cards and then just like we forfeit? Just gone. Have your 3 points. Happy days.
Put some like life jackets in the middle of the pitch. Yeah, there you go, lad.
Yeah, we absolutely forfeit anyway. But guys, let us know your guys' thoughts as well. If anyone is coming over as well from Jack's channel as well, very much appreciated. As always, Carvalho is done at Liverpool. Again, I think it swings around of us, doesn't it? Anyway, I need my 95 minutes back. Absolutely agree, mate. Absolutely agree.
Big up Lavagna. Nice one for jumping over, mate.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. Hendo and Ali talked it out on the end of the pitch. Yeah, no, they did. It wasn't the prettiest of things, was it?
But that's what I like, mate. Though, and Lavagna and Chas. I'd much rather my captain doing that than doing that in the changing room. Like he done that with Van Dijk as well. And people might say, of course, he's picked on probably the player that is going to be Liverpool's player of the season. But even times tonight, in times in the season, he was quite rightfully, and the commentary said it, he was pissing about with Alisson. Or, like, I think Joel Matip or whoever the centre-back was at the time, shouted for the ball, and he just pissed him out with it. It's like, put your foot through it, Ali. Like, don't be wrong, he's our player of the season, but this season he's had his moments, like many of a player in this team. And
I'll ask you, I'll ask you one question on Jordan Henderson, and I want to ask you in terms of the future for him being at Liverpool. I know I did pick a very beautiful photo of him and Anthony Tyler, but
thought that was me dad then. Sorry,
but in terms of the future of Jordan Henderson in Liverpool, I see him like you just mentioned in terms of screaming at Ali and screaming at Joel Matip, but for me, like I feel like nobody has the guts to scream at Hendo in the same volume. And I know Jordan Henderson's the Liverpool captain, and obviously it's worked so well in the past. But I feel like obviously with Hendo, you have to. I feel like there isn't a player on the pitch, maybe apart from Milner in that regard, to properly shout and have a go at Jordan Henderson in the same regard.
I'd say possibly the only player would be, like we just mentioned, Alisson, given how good of a season he's had and how much of a leader he is on the pitch, and Mohamed Salah. Because I don't think Robbo's got a leg to stand on this season. But Mo, given he's a leader of Egypt, Mo gets 25 goals, 40 goals, whatever it is. We stop counting every season. But I looked at that, mate. It's not like when we grew up, especially me and you, on our age group, watching Liverpool, or just everyone in general, sorry, even for the older lads, obviously Gerrard and Carragher. Gerrard's led by example, but we all know that team. Carragher was the organiser, Carragher was the screamer. He was, of course, the vice captain. But it's literally roles reversed, I think. Hendo is the organiser and the screamer, but you've got Salah being the captain and Alisson being the captains in the team in relation to the way they lead on the pitch, if you get me. And for me, I'm hoping Hendo has a word with Steven Gerrard or people with experience, because fair enough, Hendo, when he come into the club, and there was a lot of dejection, a lot of murmurings, of course, when he come as a young lad. And it was a difficult moment for him. But I think the back end of his career is probably the most difficult career, because I don't think anyone would have anticipated this season. Of course, as we mentioned with transfers and that, but this drop off is unprecedented. Of course, people might go, yeah, we haven't about midfield and all of that. But in terms of when you just analyse individual player performances, apart from the likes of Alisson and Salah coming away from this season, Fabinho, I've never for the life of me,
seen a drop off that big.
I've never seen a player of my 27 years of watching football.
I think, to be fair though, I think you can go through all those squads like you mentioned. I think you look at, Ali, keep away from that. Trent is another one that, of course, we could have a whole debate about. Fabinho, Henderson, and you can literally probably, apart from 4 or 5 players potentially, you go like, what has their season done? And like you said, it's unheard of. And again, we've seen brilliant teams have a massive drop off, or like a big drop off through the seasons. But for Liverpool, you haven't seen this big of a drop off. The only drop off I can think of in Premier League history in that regard is Chelsea. To see Mourinho's
season they won the league, and then they finished 12th.
Yeah,
or something
like in that regard. But then even still, I don't think that Chelsea side was on the level of how Liverpool was last year in that regard.
Yeah,
but
it's the owners though, mate. And fair enough, like we've seen that Chelsea side tonight, they've spent 600 million, and they couldn't come away from Stamford Bridge tonight. And I think Chat was saying on my live stream, watch along, big up Chat as well. And they said that it's Chelsea's, Luca or Ricky, I know this. Is it Chelsea's lowest scoring season in 90 years?
Yeah.
As a football club? That's mad, considering all the money you've spent.
Well, they got a £100 million striker in Italy.
They can't even get a bloody striker to actually put the ball in the back of the net. Like, fair enough, we've come away. We've literally nicked a point from Stamford Bridge. But yes, we were very fortunate with it. But if you're a Chelsea fan coming out of Stamford Bridge, you're like, what? How have we even done that? Like, but yeah.
I think that's twice though. I think even the game at Anfield, I think they were lucky not to get 3 points that day. I think all of us were saying like, I thought we managed to get a point away from that. And that's just been the story of Chelsea this season. It just, like, again, I remember when we were linked with Kai Havertz, I thought, there's a player there. Kai Havertz looks awful, like god awful going forward. Every time he has the ball pointed toward Liverpool's goal, it's either people have go Jordan Henderson for going side to side and backwards. I've never seen a centre forward go more backwards than Kai Havertz.
Good on board, that Kai. Nice one, though.
Well, nice elbow. Nice little pointed elbow.
Go on, son.
What a job Unai Emery has done at Villa. Yeah, absolutely. Matip is done, says Gary. Eamon is in as well, saying last season was a very enjoyable ride, but has turned into mirage. You can only squeeze so much out of an orange. That is true. With that point, we are still in the title race, 29 points behind Arsenal, with 30 to play. Yeah. Unless we're going on beginning.
Say what, chat? If we beat Arsenal, we're back in there.
Can't wait for that. Was it the greatest title win in human history?
It's on.
I wonder what the betting odds are for that. Maybe we should look at that after the stream.
We all whack on a quid.
No, we're not doing that.
We'd all be skint.
It's a
Great.
great scheme, that is. 3 wins, 4 draws, and 8 defeats as well. Jesus Christ, that's so abysmal. Liverpool need to look at themselves, absolutely. Where was Melo when you needed him on the bench?
Probably shaking Bruno's hand after the game or something. Well.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Score 5 on goals up the Reds. Xhaka literally laughed. My fist is up.
It's true. As long as we help Arsenal win the title against them lot down the motorway, we'll be sound. And especially we miss out on Europa League football as well. We cannot be bothered with that.
It's true. Where is Clark and Doak? In the youth team, probably. An average player now in the Premier League is done over the age of 30.
It's going to be interesting to studies though. Eamon's spot on there, Con, and we spoke about this off camera, haven't we? Because the sports science going into, especially the amount of games the modern day play, and in terms of the intensity, really. Especially if you play for a team like City or Liverpool, because you look at Man City, they've rotated. Looks like the Yaya Toure, the Vincent Kompany's, David Silva's as well, Bernardo Silva's, Gundogan's on a leave as well. Kevin De Bruyne, they've rotated well.
I'm interested to see how they develop their team over the next 2 to 3 years, because, like you said, Gundogan's going. I think that's going to be a big mess.
I think De Bruyne's eventually going to go in the next 2 years. I think Pep's been slowly easing them out. Weirdly, which is mad to think. We'll take him.
The thing is, put the bid in now. Bugger Jude Bellingham, Mason Mount, get Kevin De Bruyne. Was a 33-year-old Kevin De Bruyne in this team?
I'd play a 50-year-old Kevin De Bruyne in this midfield.
Hey, if he's better than what we currently got, get him signed to a 5-year contract. But I would agree with Eamon on that as well. I woke up at 3 a.m. earlier this morning when it kicked off, but didn't watch the game, so it makes sense.
Big up time, Izzy, and hope you're well, mate, and a massive thank you for popping over. And that's the thing, mate. You've got the amazing.
I don't think I'd be able to do that.
It's amazing, Sam, Izzy. I hope you're well, matey, and thank you for tuning in as always. But yeah, it's just that's what does my head in, mate, and all of us really. You've got time, like fans like Sam, Izzy, and everyone around the world, and just in general, like especially in like the poor moments this season. I think if you put all of us on the football pitch, we'd be all rubbish at football. Probably some of you that would be a bit better than me, but you're just not really putting the effort in. It's like I said in my live stream, you just want to shake some of the players and like, what are you doing, son? It's like
it's as if they've given up on the season. It's like if they've gone right, we're in the position we are. We'll just see what happens. It's not like it doesn't feel like we've all hoped, and I think even Jurgen said, "Oh, we'll bounce back from this result and we'll go again," and blah blah blah. That's the same thing that's been said since Fulham at the start of the season, and it just feels like we've been in this position before. Obviously, I think 2 years ago or 2 seasons ago, when it was obviously the last 10 games of the season, we managed to get top 4. Then I think everyone was convinced that if Liverpool can get a run, consistency, then we should be fine. But there's no evidence to suggest that this Liverpool side can, get together 3-4 wins on the bounce.
Can I have my rant on Jota as well, please, mate?
Yeah, go.
Not to swear on your channel because I have massive respect for it.
That's fine.
But if you just watch my live stream much long, chat. I hope you start a swear jar because we all would have been going Aussie to Tenerife after that. And you know me, I don't like to F and Jeff on my channel, but I was just sick to God of seeing Jota, not just Jota, but mainly Jota. The ball was bouncing left, right, and centre, and there was one moment that done my bloody head in. There was a transition down the right hand side, and I swear to the Lord, sorry, swear to Lord that Jota stopped running. I swear, chat. it was a transition down the right, and I think it was like Henderson was pressing that, but he literally gave up, and the ball wasn't even like 10 yards away from him. He literally had the Chelsea played in front of him,
The thing that's
and it was
really
like,
funny is
what
when he steps in
are
front.
you doing?
He steps in front of the defender and then stops. It's like what's
It's
the
just
point?
like, fair enough, you're gonna press, but just none of this half-assed bollocks. It's past the watershed, so it sounds. Yeah, none of this half-assed bollocks of pressing left, right, up and down. And that is the crux of our issue, mate. When you've got half of that squad not being asked, wanting to run the bare minimum for this football club. Regardless, I'm not buying, and we spoke about it off camera, mates. All of us have the fatigue, of course. But you're playing for Liverpool Football Club. That might be acceptable at other clubs in the Premier League, and we know them. Us as well. We're in that category this season. But it does me head in. And it looks like, as we mentioned, Jurgen Klopp's screamed at them as much as he can. It's about time, even if it needs to be the crowd at Anfield. Not that we're a fan base that turns on our players, of course, on social media. Certain sections of our fan base does. And we've said our piece on players, but we leave it at that. But if the crowd, and I tell you what, if we're getting battered against Arsenal, I think you might hear a couple of boos at Anfield, well and truly, and that's never happened.
No.
Only the time period really where we had Roy.
But that's the thing though. Like for me, what the biggest problem has been this season, like I can guarantee this side will get ramped up for Arsenal when we've got, let's say, like a Wolves or Southampton at home. Like it's not the same when it needs to be. Like it needs to be like high into, like every single touch that Southampton has on the ball or Wolves have on the ball, like it needs to be, like a fortress against those teams, because that's what helps you. Of course, obviously at Anfield we haven't suffered so much, like playing wise we have, but results wise we've been kind of fortunate in many regards. But again, even away from home, it's just a transition.
Do you think that, as you just mentioned there, mate, in chat, do you think that you cannot not run at Anfield, mate? Because you've got
you'll have everyone having a go at it.
Yeah, like that is, you can't do that. Like at Anfield, hence why our form is so good. It's almost like to go away from home Liverpool this season, and even in the seasons where Liverpool have disappointed and we've missed out on league titles by 1 and 2, you just sometimes need that. It comes from the mentality of the players, of course, but they've went away from home this season and went sounds. Even when we went to Fulham, we seen the writing was well and truly on the wall, and we were like, oh. And then 6 games passed, then 3 months passed, then 4 months, and we went, what is this? But complacency, poor quality, inability, but the mental capacity of certain players in this team. And for me, sorry, I didn't mention with Jota, I'd be getting rid of him in the summer. He's gone 31. Yeah, and I said to you this 2 months ago, mate, off camera. His injury record hasn't helped, and you look and analyse his career. I think he doesn't offer Liverpool a lot on the ball. And the way Liverpool played tonight, and when we have played bad this season, you need to do more off the ball. Hence is why Liverpool have been this poor this season. Because Sadio Mane done so much off the ball. Yet you can talk about him having a bad 6 to 12 months at the end of his career, but prime Salah.
He was a freak defensively, wasn't he?
Yeah.
For Liverpool. I think if you look at his pressing numbers and look at his just general defensive work, it's unreal for an attacker.
Like everyone's talking about the midfield issues, mate. We need a new right back that provides proper competition for Trent, gives him a kick up the arse, another centre half, because Van Dijk's been on his holidays for 12 months.
That's the thing. When I look at the United side back when we were kids, and like every position at United, you had two number ones fighting for the same position. If that makes sense. Like yeah, you'd have your fourth, fifth, sixth choice midfielder, but you'd have let's say for example like Sadio Mane and Mo Salah fighting for the same position, and that would be it for every single position around the pitch. That doesn't feel the same with Liverpool, even at City. Like you look at, I think City fans have complained over the last couple of seasons, like, oh, why isn't De Bruyne, starting? Why isn't this and that? But it makes competition. I think we've been too complacent, as you mentioned, in terms of, oh, we can name the starting 11 for Sunday because we know 9 times out of 10 the players are going to start for Liverpool.
Yeah,
as well. But
it does me head in chat, but yeah, I'll be getting shut. If we can get at least 50, 60 million off Jota, I know it might sound drastic, chat. Everyone's talking about midfielders. We need to get rid of him. And as much people go, what are you saying? He is finished, in all honesty, for me.
Yeah. No,
He's so poor. And tonight was the final nail in the coffin for me. His attitude absolutely stunk Stamford Bridge out, in all honesty.
Yeah, no, I can absolutely see me over there as well. But we are going to leave it there in a minute, chat as well. I'll read the last few comments. I actually believe we will do Arsenal as North Red. I bloody hope so as well. Trap says that was awful as well. Good seeing you as well, mate, as well. Jungle says Sadio made Robertson look better than he is as well.
Good points as well. Yeah.
I think tomorrow we might. Obviously, I think we might do a video taking a bit of an in-depth look, maybe tactically, about especially this game, just Liverpool in general.
Yeah, we'll have a larger rant anyway.
We can have a rant about freaking how Darwin Núñez has been played through the freaking middle.
Big up north. Big up north as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like this next 6 months is not only huge on the pitch, off the pitch. It's so huge. In terms of transfers, in terms of just everything around the club, because in the space of 2 years, Liverpool have gone from looking the most
stable club in world football.
Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. Yeah, from looking completely stable to being an absolute wreck within the space of 2 seasons.
It just says a lot when your sporting director's leaving the club, mate, and like you had a strategy and everything, really. But disappointing. I'm so angry. Apologies for on your channel, Con.
Fuck it. It's what 11:30. If people sleep now, then who cares? But we apologise for any language being used. But fuck it. But no, again, obviously.
Bloody hell, trap lad. No way. Saying that, Almiron based on this season, you've got a point because, just don't get me started with trap on there. That fraud, Jota.
Okay, well, we'll get on to that probably tomorrow. Anyway, but big thank you to everyone that has jumped over from Jack's channel as well. Very much appreciated as always. If Mark's in you, or if anyone else is in you, please put Jack's link in the comments or any more on Jack's channel as well. Very much appreciated.
And anyone from mine, make sure you head over to the Cop Council. This is what you're watching now, so get Connor to a K. Get him on K. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, please do. If there's one thing that you can do tonight, Reds, I know you can, drop a follow on Con and follow him on all the socials as well.
Yeah, very much appreciated as well. Like we said, if Jude Bellingham does sign for Liverpool, me and Jack will do a TikTok dance. We said that before.
Not now. I amend that.
Wait, what?
I amend that. Not. We've got to sign Jude and then sell Jota.
No, that's not a part of it. Like, we'll discuss terms and conditions about it anyway. But if Jude signs, we're 100% doing it anyway. But big up to all of you guys.
Big up, chat.
Obviously, we'll be live tomorrow as well, talking about this as well, and just everything Liverpool as well. Anyway, but hopefully you lot have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday night as well. And yeah, it's just a sad time that Liverpool are absolutely crap at footy.
We're shite.
We're shite as well. But hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your evenings. I've been Connor from the Cop Council. See you all later.